Remember that? I really miss that. Don't underestimate that home button. Hey everyone, I'm Rich. Welcome back to the channel. These allergies really have been kicking me in lately. I feel so stuffy, but anyways, the video still must go on. Today, we're going to be talking about the iPhone SE 2022. So this phone has been out for a month now, and I've had my sweet time using it. So much so, I had to put a screen protector on it because I've been bringing this with me everywhere. In this video, I'm going to tell you how this device is holding up and tell you my overall general thoughts about it, having owned this for 1 month. Before we start, go down to the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Do you have the iPhone SE? Do you have any of the previous SEs before? How is your SE doing? Are you looking at getting one? Who knows? Hit that subscribe button. We talk all sorts of great tech content here in the channel, so you're going to be here for a great time. Just click it. But with that being said, let's get on with the review. So after 1 month of using the iPhone SE 2022, I can gladly say that this phone is weird. Let me explain. This is the fastest and most powerful smartphone that you can get on the market for around $400, but the design is still the same since the iPhone 8. It's like putting a jet engine inside of a car because this phone performs so well to the point where everything is almost instantaneous, and the speed definitely gets to me. I'll start to appreciate how much faster the SE 2022 is just a little bit. But yeah, this phone is also still pretty weird because they also got a $30 price increase from before. If we look back at 2017, the iPhone 8 released for around $699. So we're basically getting that with a supercharged CPU, all at $429. So that just goes to show how their iPhones are priced throughout time. But enough of all that. Let's start off with the design, yeah? Picking up the iPhone SE 2022 for me is like taking a trip back in time. There's a Touch ID button instead of a Face ID recognition, and the bezels around the display take up a lot of room compared to, say, the iPhone 13 mini. Then again, this phone isn't designed for me. It's for people who like smaller phones and are probably stepping up from the iPhone 8 with the same size, display, and nearly the same design. If you're someone that really likes the classic iPhone design, maybe you're used to using the iPhone 6, the iPhone 7, or 8, it wouldn't hurt to upgrade to the SE as it's basically going to be very familiar. You're going to get a dedicated home button in a very small form factor, which makes it nice for smaller hands and people on the go. The A15 Bionic chip will surely make you smile as it makes for navigating across the phone very speedy, and this is definitely a compact device. Weighing in just at 5.09 ounces, you get an IP67 water resistant rating. But let's talk about that display. Let's just say that you're watching shows and movies on the SE 2022. It's not exactly immersive. This 4.7-inch LCD display is going to have a resolution of 1344 by 750 pixels. So yeah, it's not going to be full HD, and it's impossible not to notice the large bezels that you see when you watch YouTube videos on here. Sadly, no 120Hz screen yet again. Apple really is saving a lot of money by recycling this design. In some ways, that's great because there's nothing objectively wrong with this phone. I actually like to think that Apple put a lot of effort into the design, so it would make sense for them not to waste it. I mean, bring it back. Although, that's not what consumers like me and you want. We want something new, not an old refresh from last year. But since it's the same design, you really can't hate it. I can still confidently type with one hand. It's still very light and ergonomic. People who have smaller hand sizes can really like this device as it's really compact. But overall, during my time using it for a month, I noticed that it was so easy to pull out of my pocket, send a text to my friend or pull up some information and then put it right back in my pocket. Now let's move on to that camera. The SE 2022's camera hardware has not changed. You still just get a single 12 megapixel main shooter for the rear. There's no ultra wide lens, no night mode either. And while the good news is that the addition of the A15 Bionic chip processor opens up new camera features and capabilities through their use of computers and more advanced AI, and the photography has stepped up. This includes Smart HDR4 for handling tricky lighting situations while providing better rendering of faces, Deep Fusion for better details and textures, and photographic styles for giving you more creative control. I said it before and I'll say it again, the SE's image processing does a great job of balancing color and contrast, giving us a great image that's well lit and natural. It's consistent. You're going to get great photos almost every time you press that shutter button. I haven't had a problem with it since, and I can just pull out the iPhone SE and snap a quick picture of anything, my homework, the trees, a car, a friend, and maybe I'm at a dinner. I can do it super fast. The A15 Bionic chip really supercharges it. Apple's iPhones tend to have phenomenal AI when it comes to cameras being able to quickly lock onto faces, objects, and different types of lightings. And as far as the performance goes, this phone is without a doubt the fastest phone out on the market right now, sporting the A15 Bionic chip, which is also featured in Apple's flagship iPhone 13. This is going to have 8 high-powered efficiency cores, 4 GB of RAM for speedy, efficient processes, This phone is statistically faster than Samsung's S22 Ultra that costs way over $1,000. This is faster than the 12 Pro Max, 11, anything below those iPhone ranges. No other phone around this price range or even higher is going to beat it in terms of performance, and that performance is here to stay. So when it comes to launching apps and handling demanding tasks, the SE 2022 handles it without a single sweat. Literally everything opens up instantaneously. There's not a single lag spike I've run into while texting, scrolling through social media, and even gaming. It's so fast. Like I also mentioned, when I switched back to my iPhone 11, I just found that the SE just handled everything so much more fluidly. Plus we get added 5G support, so we're definitely going to be on the fastest wireless technology with higher performance and improved efficiency. Everything about this phone is going to be blazing fast. There's no other way of saying it. Now after a month, I've come to say I like the iPhone SE 2022 a lot. Sure, it's the same design. Apple isn't fooling us with anything. They know it's the same phone. They released it to the public. The iPhone SE has a very specific target audience. I think the audience is anyone that enjoys a dedicated home button. Maybe they like the small compact phone. Maybe they want the bare essentials and don't necessarily need or want to spend so much more money for an edge-to-edge display, Face ID. A lot of my friends that are rocking iPhone 13 or 11 or 12, really miss the home button. Don't underestimate it. All I can say is this is a pretty great phone for what it's worth. $429 is a great starting point to get into iPhones. So tell me what you think. Go down to the comments, type something up. Do you have the iPhone SE, looking at getting one? Are you going to get this for maybe your friend, your family, anyone else? If you do get the SE, let me know and then tell me what your experience is like. All in all, that's all I got for today's video. Hit that like and subscribe button, and until the next one, I'll see you then.